In 2024, cost of living in Tennessee has changed. So what's it cost to live in Tennessee nowadays? Stay tuned to find out. What's up, y'all? I'm Rachel. I'm a realtor and resident living in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Always here to update you on the cost of living in Tennessee for those of you planning on moving to Tennessee. I'll break down everything you need to know about groceries, utilities, taxes, childcare, owning and driving a car, and of course, housing. Driving just got more expensive for some drivers, so definitely you don't want to miss that. And if you stay until the end, I'll discuss what salary your household needs to make to afford the average priced home in Tennessee. First, let's talk the cost of groceries in Tennessee. In the past couple of years, we've seen some significant changes in the cost of living, and groceries in particular have seen significant inflation on most items. For a gallon of milk, you'll pay average $3.29 a gallon, which is not the highest I've seen. A dozen eggs is currently around $2.29 a dozen. I'm filming this in April 2024, and farmers are expecting another avian flu outbreak. Prices could go even higher, still not as high as last year. A loaf of store brand bread is around $2 each right now. Overall, Tennessee ranks below the national average in terms of grocery costs, so if you're moving to Tennessee, you could see some relief on your grocery bills compared to living elsewhere. In 2023, Tennessee briefly gave Tennessee residents a grocery tax holiday. That ended in November 2023, and some of the Tennessee legislature did make a push to permanently get rid of the grocery taxes in Tennessee. As of now, the bill doesn't have enough support from our representatives to permanently end the grocery tax. Now let's move on from the dinner table to the monthly bills. Let's talk about utilities like electric, water, and internet. Luckily, the good news is that utility costs have not seen a significant increase in the last couple of years. The average water bill in Tennessee is about $45 a month, which will vary according to your jurisdiction and how much water you're using at home. Electricity averages about 12 cents per kilowatt in Tennessee, and a good estimate for a 2,000 square foot home would be about $175 a month. Most high-speed internet bills are going to fall somewhere between $50 and $100 monthly, depending on the speed of the internet and your area. As broadband and fiber networks continue to expand in Tennessee, even some rural areas are getting coverage. Quick digression, it's easy to check for your internet coverage by address. The FCC has a broadband map that you can type in the address to see what providers service that property. I recommend even going a step further to verify the speed and coverage by directly calling the provider of your choosing. And for those of you that find a home that has natural gas, I will say natural gas isn't as common in Tennessee as some other areas in the U.S., but for homes that do have natural gas, the average bill in Tennessee is about $60 per month. Moving on to taxes, one of the big reasons why people choose to move here is because Tennessee stands out for not having a state income tax. Having no state income tax is a significant advantage, and our property taxes are slightly below the national average. Depending on where you move from, you could save money on your property taxes. I'll link a separate video explaining how we calculate property taxes in Tennessee. Every jurisdiction will have a different rate. Some properties may only have a county tax, and some will have a county and city tax. And be sure to find out how often and when your properties are reassessed. As far as sales tax goes in Tennessee, Tennessee does have a higher sales tax of 9.75%. Let's move on to a big one, childcare. Childcare costs in Tennessee can be pretty exorbitant, around $800 to $1,000 a month for one child. We do have programs like Smart Steps in Tennessee that can provide assistance for low-income families. In-home childcare is also possible. You'll have to research and vet candidates on your own. The annual cost of childcare is actually more than a year of in-state tuition at any of our four-year universities. It's definitely very high here. Let me know down in the comments, what is the average for childcare in your area? Moving on to owning and driving a car. Most Tennesseans own a vehicle, as most cities and towns in Tennessee are not walkable. Even in downtown urban areas like Nashville or Chattanooga, most people own a vehicle and are not strictly walking their daily commutes. Vehicle insurance averages about $2,400 per vehicle, and that cost has risen significantly in the last couple of years across the board in the US, not just in Tennessee. However, in Tennessee, we do have a high rate of uninsured drivers on the road at 23.7%, so that's something to be aware of as you are living in Tennessee. And just to note, if you are pulled over and are unable to provide proof of insurance on your vehicle, that is a $300 citation, and the officer could choose to have your vehicle towed. As far as gas prices go, Tennessee consistently ranks lower than the national average, especially where I live here in Murfreesboro. Right now, it's hovering right around $3 a gallon for the state average price for gas. Who in Tennessee will be paying more for their vehicle registration in 2024? Owners of electric and hybrid vehicles. Tennessee thinks you aren't paying your fair share of gas taxes. Hybrid vehicle owners will start paying an additional $100, while electric vehicle owners are paying an additional $200 on top of your individual county's registration fees, which will vary county by county. If you have a vanity or veteran license plate, your fees will be even higher. These costs will be adjusted for inflation starting in 2028, so there's even more to look forward to for owners of hybrid and electric vehicles. Now, let's delve into the housing market. Renters, you can expect to pay higher prices in large cities and lower prices in the small rural areas. For a one-bedroom apartment in Nashville, for example, expect at least $1,200 a month for a one-bedroom and $1,500 for a two-bedroom. There are websites like apartments.com or hotpads.com to look at rental listings. Size of the apartment, amenities, location, condition will all need to be factored in for the cost of renting in Tennessee. Rural areas may have much cheaper rent, but the jobs in the area usually pay far lower than closer to the cities. That's really the biggest thing to consider when renting. Moving on to how much money it costs to buy a home in Tennessee. Average price for a single family home in Tennessee is currently right around $365,000. For Middle Tennessee, where I live, average price points are mostly in the 300s and 400s, though Williamson County has an average price point closer to $1 million. Even some of the more rural counties will have an average price point in the high 200s to low 300s. Throughout Middle Tennessee, if you're looking below $200,000, most single-family homes I would expect to find in a distressed state. As far as housing prices, I'll link a video I did on the Middle Tennessee home prices update and how far have prices actually come down since the low interest rate and bonus. So the big question is, how much do you need to make annually to comfortably afford living in Tennessee? Of course, this depends on your location in Tennessee, but for a home that costs around $350,000, your household needs to make $90,000 per year to keep your household expenses below 30%. The median salary for Tennessee is closer to $52,000 per year, and this isn't news for any of us. We are all aware that wage growth has not kept pace with the growing cost of housing throughout America. I wish I had an answer for you. We simply need more housing, because the demand is incredibly high and continues to keep home prices out of reach for many in Tennessee. Maybe you are Tennessee curious and want to look at home listings. Search for homes directly from the source, the local MLS. With my website, you can search throughout the state of Tennessee to find the area that aligns most with your budget. Make sure to like and subscribe with the bell so that you'll stay updated on all things living in Tennessee, and I'll see you at the next video.